these are things that I've done through the years that has helped me to get to my desired body. I am always going up and down. I'm always changing my mind when it comes to my body, the type of body I want. Sometimes I want to be happier. Sometimes where I want to be very lean, thin, skinny, but toned. And sometimes I want to gain muscle and change my physique. So always going up and down. And all of these things have always worked for me. These are things that always work for me personally. You can try them out and see what works for you. I do want to also say, um, listen to your body, see what works for you, be mindful of it. Also recommend to start doing these things little by little. Don't do it like all cold turkey, like one day to the next, because it's not easy. A lot of these things you're giving a shock to your body, and it's just the way they react. I do recommend you to do it slowly. So I'm gonna start with the physical things I do um, to get to my desired body. Just know you can get there. I recommend you to write everything down, create a plan, and stick to it. So number one, intermittent fasting. This is a habit I have incorporated to my life. I've been fasting for about 5 years, maybe more, maybe less, but about 5 years. And it has really, really worked for me. I think this is the number one thing that I do, and I see results on my body really, really fast. Now, again, I recommend you do it little by little, because this is really a shock to your body, because you're literally telling your body, we're not gonna eat for this period of time, and then we're gonna eat in a very short amount of times a lot of calories. So I recommend you do start with like a 15-hour fast, 16-hour fast, and go from there. I have seen results. I do see results very, very, very quickly. I did a lot of research before doing it. And also the times I tried to do it cold turkey, it didn't work. Especially I tried it so many times, and I found out the best way is do it slowly, so your body can start adjusting to what you're doing. Maybe at first you might feel headaches and a little bit of pains here and there, but understand this is your body detoxifying. This is the time that your body starts to regenerate itself. You're not giving it any more food, so it's starting to get energy from some other sources like your fat and things like that. So now for the girls that are watching this, I recommend you to do a lot of research on women. I recommend a book. It's called Fast Like a Girl from Dr. Mandy Pels. That book is really good because it talks about hormones, because this is the thing. Most of the studies that they do mostly on men, because men are very simple. They don't go to menstrual cycles and all of that like we do. So now, recently, they've been doing more studies with women. Dr. Stacy Sims, they both have really good podcasts. I think they have like 2 podcasts together as well. And they're very knowledgeable about this. They've been doing actually studies on women specifically when it comes to fasting and some other things. So I do recommend you to do your research. I do recommend that book, Fast Like a Girl, because it's gonna give you a complete guide of how to start fasting, how to eat. They teach you a lot about your hormones as a woman, which is very, very important. Actually, I just like less than a year ago, I started to actually know about hormones, which is crazy to me how women, we don't know about this. We should know about this since we were born. so we can understand ourselves a little bit more and our health and things like that. So I do recommend listening to their podcast and see what works for you. Also, make sure to eat your meals on that period of time when you're gonna eat. Don't skip any meals, don't skip your vitamins, don't skip all that, because what happens with a woman is that women start to lose their periods because you're not getting enough nutrients, and they start to lose their hair, and they start to have health issues. So again, I do recommend you to do it very, very slowly, especially for women, and do your research. This is what I've done, and this is what has been helping me. I already know my body, how it works, when to eat, how not to eat. I've been doing it for so long that I'm capable of doing a 24-hour fast, a 48-hour fast, and how to start to eat. And I'm also okay with eating a lot of my meals, like big meals, in a very short amount of time. You will get there. You just have to consistently do these things, and again, you do your research and see what works for your body. Also, I love fasting because to me, it's actually everybody. I feel like this is such a spiritual thing because it's you versus your ego. And that's when you start to analyze yourself and actually realize, when is it that you're hungry? When is it that you're just eating because you want to eat, because you're bored, because you're eating out of your stress? So you start to control that, especially when you already have your body used to eating only in a few hours, 5 to 8 hours. You tend to realize those things, and you tend to just like stick with your calories and stick with how much you're gonna eat on that period of time, and you're able to control what you eat better. I do recommend you at the beginning, since the beginning, once you're gonna start eating, you get so hungry, know what you're gonna eat. Have your meals prepared so you eat that. Because if you don't have those prepared, what I found myself doing when I don't have my meals prepared was just eating bad food because I was so hungry. So I wasn't really controlling my mind. At the beginning, that's normal. So I do recommend you to have all of your meals prepared. You know that you know what you're gonna eat, your snacks, all of your food, and then eat that. Once you're done eating that, trust me, you're gonna be so full, you're not gonna want to eat anything else. Number 2, eat healthy. Very, very important. Even if you do intermittent fasting, you still have to eat healthy. So make sure you're eating the food that you're supposed to eat. Look, try to find healthy foods that you like. For example, even though I'm vegan, I don't eat salads. I don't like salads. I think they're very boring. They don't work. I mean, they do work. I mean, if you want to lose weight, they're great. But I try to not do diets, because I feel like every time you do a diet, you can stick to it because you feel like you're doing something that is forced. Like, I have to eat this salad, but I want to eat this other thing. So there's a lot of recipes out there with they're very, very delicious, and you can, for example, if you like pizza or if you like burgers, you can create the same meal but healthier at your house. So just be mindful of what you're eating. So, because this is also a very important step to get to your desired body, to lose weight, and not only for that is because it's gonna help you to feel healthy and to be healthy. So it is very, very important that you're eating what you're supposed to be eating. 3, workout. Yes, working out. You have to move your body. Our bodies are meant for movement. Our bodies are not meant to be sitting down all day or being on the couch all day watching TV. Don't do that. You have to start moving your body little by little every day if it's something that is very difficult for you. Look, I recommend you to search for inspiration on your social media or Google or whatever you want to look for inspiration. Find that inspiration body that you want. You're like, this is the body that I want. Now, when you find that body, it's not for you to judge yourself or compare yourself. No, use that as inspiration. That every time you're supposed to work out, you don't feel like it, go to that person's profile and start looking at their bodies and start telling yourself, I can have this body. Use that as inspiration because you can have the body that you want. I promise you, I've been up and down on my weight and my body shape so many times, and I was told that because of the way that my body shaped with the way my legs are, and I couldn't be able to be very thin. And trust me, I've been very thin and I've been very lean, and I go up and down all the time whenever I feel like it, and it is possible. You can have the body that you want. You just have to have a discipline. You have to train hard. For example, when I'm training, I train like I'm getting ready for the apocalypse. I train like I'm preparing my body for the apocalypse. That if it happens, I'm not putting that into the universe. But this is how I train. Because if something happens, I know I'm gonna be able to defend myself. If I have to do cardio on the treadmill and I have to run really, really fast, I imagine myself running from a zombie. I also know that I'll be able to survive in a desert island on my own. I know I can do this because I've been preparing myself. Not preparing myself again, I'm not trying to put that in the universe because I don't want to go through that. But if I have to go through it, I am very sure that I'm gonna be able to survive, or at least survive for a very long time, because I feel like after a while I will get bored and then I will just give it. But but I know if I get attacked, and I've been into fights with men in the past, I can defend myself. I am very confident in my ability to defend myself because I train my body. I lift a lot of weight. I make my body stronger. I run faster. I took kickboxing classes, and I remember all this. So I know that I have a strong body and I'll be able to defend myself if something happens, especially as women, where we get attacked. You see girls getting attacked on the streets, you know that something can happen. Again, I'm not trying to put that in the universe for anybody, but it's good to be prepared. It's good to have a strong body that you can lift things on your own, that you can do things on your own and you're not depending on anybody. So at least think about it that way. It helps me at the gym. I hate the gym, honestly. The only workouts I like to do is yoga. That's like yoga and maybe playing volleyball and things like that, sports like that. But I know those sports are not gonna give me the body shape that I want, so I have to go to the gym. This is for the body that I like to have. I go to the gym, I don't like it, but I imagine myself, I'm training for something, and I'm training for something, and it gives me the energy to do it and the wanting to do it. So you have to like mentalize yourself. You have to like find that thing that can help you, can push you at the gym. You have to be stronger, and this also is gonna give you a lot of confidence, and it's gonna take a lot of fear away from your body, because not only you're releasing that energy that is stuck in your body, but also it's gonna give you so much confidence that, oh my God, if I get attacked, it's not gonna be easy on that person. And people can feel that. People, when you go to the gym or you go somewhere, because you're radiating that thing that you're telling yourself, that confidence, so people are not gonna fuck with you, I promise. Also, use your negative emotions. So use your depression, use your anger, use your laziness, use all these stagnant emotions, because that is what they are. They're stagnant emotions, they're stuck in your body. You need to release those emotions. Every time I'm angry, every time I'm anxious, every time I'm like depressed, even when I'm depressed, because I know when you're depressed, it's very difficult. It's very difficult for you to move because you're depressed. Anger is easier to move because you're like, oh, I'm angry. You naturally need to move. But when you're depressed, it's really hard. You just want to be in bed. But those are the times that you have to push yourself even more. You have to push yourself on those days, because once you're there, once you push yourself to the gym and once you start moving yourself, you're winning. I promise you, you're winning. You're letting that energy out of your body as you move, as you do cardio, as you lift your weights, especially lifting weights and doing cardio. Any sport, honestly, any sport is so helpful for any of those negatives emotionally, for that anxiety, especially anxiety, because anxiety is extra energy on your body that needs to be released. All of those emotions, channel those emotions towards your workout and focus on your goal. Keep your goal in mind. So number 4, don't think, do. Every time, for example, I have a very strict routine. I'm a person that likes routine to keep my discipline. I believe that if you have routine, you can have discipline. If you have a routine incorporating the habits that you want in your life, it's easier for you to keep those habits. You just have to stick to that routine for 20 days or more until you get used to it and it becomes a part of you. So I wake up at 4. Sometimes when I wake up at 4, I can hear my thoughts coming through my head telling me, stay in bed, stay for one more hour, snooze the alarm. No. When that starts to happen, the first thing I do is meditate. I stand up, drink a lot of water, try to wake up myself. I meditate, and after that, I get ready to go to the gym to be there at 5 a.m. Don't give a space to your mind to start talking to you out of the things that you're supposed to do. Once that start happening, change your thought to something else or focus on your breath as you're starting to get ready. Just do it. Just do it. Or put music and focus on the music, or just get ready. Just drink your coffee, your workout, whatever you're drinking prior to your workout, and kill it. Kill it. Don't let your mind talk you out of it. Something that works for me, I see every time I'm thinking that way, I see that it's another person. It's another person that is not me. I see it as like a little demon or entity or a parasite. This is the way I see it, and it works for me. So I see it as the little devil or the little entity that is trying to keep me out of the things that I'm trying to do. So I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. This is not me. These are not my thoughts. This is not the person that I am. This is not the person who I want to become. So I'm gonna not listen to it and do it. So just don't think, just do.